Hi guys, Beltran here, the IT veteran. Okay. It's currently 4 a.m. in the morning and naka-lunch break ako ngayon sa work. So I decided to create this video for you guys. Training muna tayo. So habang inaantay ko yung kape, let's get started. Okay, so ang topic natin for today is ano yung 10 things that you need to know before creating yung IT resume ninyo. Okay, so this is one of the popular questions na tinatanong sa akin whenever I do seminars, okay? Or I ask my students ano yung pinaka number one na nahihirapan sila, okay? It's creating yung resume. Okay, so in this video, let's tackle this one. Okay, so let's start with number one. Okay, yung unang point na kailangan yung malaman when creating the yung IT resume ninyo is that the sole purpose of yung resume is to get you an interview. Okay? Hindi tayo nagsasubmit ng resume to apply for a job. Okay? Nagsasubmit tayo ng resume to get us the interview. Okay? Dahil doon sa interview, doon tayo masasala if we are qualified to get the job or not. Okay? Pero the biggest point there is that yung resume mo needs to be noticeable for you to be interviewed. Okay? And ang kagandahan dito, yung resume mo is technically a sales pitch. It's the easiest sales pitch that you're gonna be doing, okay, for the rest of your life. Okay? It's the easiest sales pitch that you're gonna do. Okay? Bakit? Technically kasi, the buyer or yung company na ina-applyan mo is already telling you exactly what they want to buy. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Sinabi na sa inyo doon sa job posting kung ano yung gusto nilang marinig sa inyo. Okay? So, let me give you an example. So, kunin ko lang ang aking browser dito. So, this is from Indeed. Okay? So, let's go with the Scala developer. Ito, yan. Okay? This is what the company wants to hear from you. Okay? Ito yung mga skills and duties. Makikita nyo yung duties, technologies, and yung mga soft skills na gusto nilang makita sa inyo. So, they're already giving you exactly what they want to hear. So, ang trabaho mo na lang when you're creating your IT resume is you need to pattern this one. Okay? You need to take all of this, yung info na to, and weave it into your resume so that it exactly fits the description, okay, for their job opening. Okay? So, they're already giving you a cheat sheet. Okay? Kung ano yung gusto nilang marinig. Yung trabaho mo na lang when you're creating your IT resume is ilagay mo yan sa resume mo mismo. Okay? Try to make it or try to integrate this details sa resume mo. Okay? So, let me just remove this one. So, point number 2. Okay? Muna tayo sa point number 2. Okay? IT resumes are called technical resumes. Okay? Ang resume ng IT, hindi yan basta-basta resume. It's called a technical resume. Okay? Bakit? Kasi we are technical people. Okay? Iba ang formatting ng regular resume versus technical resumes. So, kung pupunta ka sa Google, okay? Let's go to Google. Okay? Okay? And we type how to create a resume. Okay? Marami kang makikitang how-tos dito. Okay? Pero yung mga how-tos na to are made for creating a generic resume. Okay? Not a technical one. Okay? Iba ang formatting kasi. Iba ang style ng paggawa ng technical resume versus general resumes. So if you're going to follow yung mga generic tips and tricks dito for creating yung resume mo, okay, it's not gonna fit into a format called the technical resume. So, anong kailangan yung gawin? Okay, add technical dito. Okay, and that would give you a much more better guide when creating your resumes. Okay, so, technical resumes. Okay, medyo nakita niyo yung advanced slide. Okay? Now, what you need to know when creating a technical resume is meron tayong tatlong format. Okay? So, the first format for a technical resume is called a functional format. Okay? Ang ibig sabihin ng functional is, ang focus ng resume mo is more on skills. Okay? And this is good for fresh graduates, okay? Or yung mga IT na merong little or no experience pa. Okay? So this is a sample na binigay ko okay, for you guys as reference. Okay? So makikita ninyo, naglagay siya ng summary, okay? Education, skills, strengths, okay? Achievements, okay? Which is I'm not really a big fan of. Tapos yung languages and passion. Okay? So, makita ninyo, ang hina-highlight niya dito is skills and education at saka yung mga strengths niya. Okay? Bakit? Wala pa siya masyadong experience in terms of sa job okay? Or in the industry itself. Okay? So, ang tawag sa resume na to is functional. Okay? Yung second format naman ng isang technical resume is called chronological. Okay? Chronological means meron ka ng work history. Okay? May experience ka na sa industry. Okay? So, ganito usually yung mga regular resumes na nakikita natin whenever experienced na yung tao. Okay? Ang pinaka-highlight ng resume na to is basically yung work experience dito. Okay? Yan ang tinitingnan. Ano ba yung naging experience niya from the previous jobs? Okay? That's called chronological. Okay? And yung third type ng resume is called combination. Okay? Combination is basically, yun nga, combination ng combination ito ng functional, okay, and chronological. Okay? So, combination ng functional and chronological. Basically, ang hina-highlight dito is it shows yung solid work mo. Okay? Skills and education. Okay? So, this format ng resume is good for career shifters into IT. Now, bakit? Kasi, it shows off kung ano yung naging trabaho mo before and how it relates to the new job that you are applying for. Okay, so, let's take into this example nung pinakita ko sa inyong resume. Makikita ninyo, itong si Lilibeth Andrada is a marketing research analyst before she became an IT business operations data analyst. Okay, so medyo she came from the marketing side of things tapos nag-decide siyang mag-shift into the IT side of things. Okay? So, ang hina-highlight niya dito is yung work experience niya, her technical skills, okay, and yung education. So, basically, makikita nyo, halo to, okay, ng functional and chronological. Okay? So, yan yung tatlong format. Ano yung tatlong format ulit? Functional, chronological, and combination. Ito yung tatlong formats ng isang technical resume. So, whenever you're creating your resume, it needs to be a technical resume. You need to follow these three formats. Depende kung nasaang phase ka na ng career mo. Whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or shifter. Okay? So, let's go to number 3. Okay? Space is real estate sa resume ninyo. So, yung resume niyo needs to be short and concise. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Walang time kasi, okay, yung HR to let's put let's put this into a perspective. Okay, kung I have 100 applicants and I need to read 100 resumes, would I read it slowly or would I read it faster? Okay, so syempre, I would need to read it faster. Okay? And in order for me to read it faster, I just need to scan those resumes. Okay? So, dapat, yung resume ninyo, lahat ng details, okay, na kailangan yung ibida, okay, sa company na pinag-a-applyan mo, needs to be on the first page. Okay? But, meron tayong exceptions dito. Okay? Pag medyo experienced ka na, okay, you can go beyond one page. Okay? So, ang recommendation ko for fresh graduates, lahat ng details dapat is nasa isang page lang. Yung resume ninyo needs to be a one-pager resume. Okay? Pero kung may work experience ka na, you can go 2 to 3 pages. Okay? So, yan. Okay? Space. Okay? Dapat conscious kayo sa space sa resume ninyo. Okay, kasi real estate 'yan. As much as possible, nailagay nyo lahat. You can cram as many information as you can, okay, in a short amount of space of 1 page or 2 to 3 pages. Okay? So, ang pinaka-important note dito, okay, is whenever you're creating an IT resume, tanggalin nyo yung hobbies, tanggalin nyo yung interests ninyo dahil walang may gustong magbasanan sa isang IT resume. Okay? Ano pa? Saan pa tayo makakasave ng space? Okay? Yung address. Ano ibig sabihin ng address? Marami akong resumes na nakikita, nilalagay pa nila yung complete home address nila. Okay? Now, kung kapanahunan ko yan 15 years ago, it might be acceptable, but in today's digital world, hindi na masyadong tinitignan kung saan bahay ka nakatira. Okay? What you need to put in your resume is only this: mobile number, syempre name mo, mobile number, your email, and yung social media profile mo. Okay? Specifically LinkedIn. Okay? Wag yung Facebook ha. Okay? That's not needed. Okay? Yung LinkedIn profile mo. Okay? So, ano pa? Any other information that is not relevant? Ano ibig sabihin nito? Nanalo ka ng pageant. Or ikaw yung Mr. and Miss College ninyo or high school ninyo, or you do charity work. Okay? Those things, hindi kailangan sa isang technical resume. You can put it in a general resume, pero in a technical one, hindi siya kailangan. Nag-waste ka lang ng space. Okay? Yung space na masisave mo, okay, is much better put or mas magandang ilagay into skills or things na ma-highlight yung skills natin as a technical person, okay, or an IT person. Okay? So, number 4 naman. Okay? Never, ever put yung picture ninyo sa inyong resume unless it is required by the job posting. Okay? So, medyo maraming magugulat dito sa tip kong ito. Never ever put yung picture ninyo sa inyong resume unless it is required by the job posting. Now, bakit? Okay? This is one of the biggest debates that I have been telling everybody. Okay? So, let me give you an example. I have 2 resumes here. Okay? Yung kay John Bates and yung kay Bastian. Okay? Now, you have to remember, okay, yung magbabasa ng resume nyo kasi is a person also. Okay? Tao rin yan. Okay? And yung tao na yan might be judgmental, might be may tendency tayo kasi, syempre tao tayo, may tendency tayong mag-discriminate ng iba, and may tendency din tayong mag-judge ng iba based on our looks. Okay? That's why, for example, itong dalawang resume na to, example, ako yung HR person ha, sa company ina-applyan nyo. Okay? And, if I'm gonna, and typically, yung mga HR natin, mga babae yan eh. Okay? For this example, babae. Okay? May mga HR din naman tayo lalaki. Okay? Pero, halos karamihan ng kakilala ko kasing HR mga babae. Okay? So, this is not applicable naman to all HR personnel. Okay? Kasi alam ko yung iba, hindi naman sila judgmental. Okay? But, hindi mo rin masasabi. Okay? Doon sa company nga applyan mo eh. Okay? So, if these 2 resumes come into my desk, okay, babae ako and I see John Bates and Bastian Vide, sinong unang sa tingin yung i-interviewin ko? Si Bastian ba? O si John? Okay? Prangkahan na tayo dito Kung ako, okay, i-interviewin ko kaagad si John Bates. Bakit? Mas pleasing yung itsura niya kaysa kay Bastian. Pero if you will check, Bastian has a much more better qualifications for an IT position than John Bates. Okay? That's why, ang recommendation ko, whenever you're creating yung resume, huwag niyong lagyan ng picture. Bakit? It opens you up into discrimination. Okay? Based on your looks. Okay? Kaya ang recommendation ko for IT professionals, whenever you're creating yung IT resume ninyo, don't put pictures. Okay? Kasi kung walang picture yan, okay, mas pinagtutuunan ng pansin ng HR yung skills ninyo versus doon sa requirements ng company. Okay? Kaya kung makikita nyo dito, sa example ko sa screen, mas na-highlight yung skills ninyo as an IT professional. Okay? Hindi yung itsura ninyo. Okay? Based on your picture. Okay? So, that's tip number 4. So, let's go to tip number 5. Never, ever, ever, ever put an objective unless you are a career shifter. Okay? Sa dami na ng resumes na nabasa ko over the years in my careers on IT, ang dami ko na rin nabasang career objectives. Okay? And this is a very popular one na nilalagay sa isang IT resume. And I don't really know why people are putting this one. Siguro, they read a guide sa internet for a generic resume, tapos nakalagay doon, you need to put an objective. Okay? But really, in a technical resume, hindi dapat objective ang nilalagay nyo dyan. Okay? So, let me give you an example of an objective. Okay? Na na-receive ko for one of our OJTs. Okay? So, ito yung career objective niya na nakalagay dun sa taas ng kanyang resume. Okay? I am looking for a suitable on-the-job training and opportunity where I could practice my knowledge and develop my personality as a career person while utilizing my skills. To bring out and harness the best of my potentials for the glory of God and for the benefit of my employer, the community, and myself in preparation for the future advancement to top management. Now, itong objective niya is very vague para sa akin. Okay? And I'm not really sure why he put God and the benefit of my employer and the community. Okay? Even though I'm a Christian and a believer of God. Okay? Pero pasensyahan na lang ha. Wala siyang hindi siya dapat nakalagay dito. Yun yung gusto kong sabihin. Hindi siya dapat nakalagay. Hindi dapat nakalagay si God dito sa inyong resume. Okay? So, mas magandang ilagay ninyo instead of a career objective, okay, is a summary, okay, which is point number 6. Okay? So, put a summary instead of a career objective. Okay? So, ano ibig sabihin ng summary? It's a summary of your skills and achievements. Okay? So, let me give an example kung paano to gawin. Okay? Kung yung job posting is for a server administrator with VMware, Windows Server, and Microsoft Server skills. Okay? What you can put as a summary is something like this. I am a server administrator with over 5 years experience in VMware infrastructure management, Windows Server administration, and Microsoft SQL support. Okay? So, ito yung magiging summary ng resume ninyo. Okay? This is a much better way of putting or highlighting yung skills mo versus a career objective. Okay? So, before we go to point number 7, okay? So, ads muna tayo. Okay? So, follow me on Facebook. Okay? Nandito yung link sa baba. And also, subscribe sa aking YouTube channel. Okay? For more tips and tricks na katulad nito. Okay? And make sure you also go to lubeltran.com. Lalagay ko yung link below. Okay? And to download yung ebook ko. Okay? Which is Job Interview and Salary Negotiations. Negotiation Scripts for IT Professionals. So, dito yung libro. Okay? Lagay ko dyan. So, this is a free ebook that I give to all of my visitors sa lubeltran.com. Okay? So, when you download this ebook, it will show you how to do a job interview, ano yung mga typical questions na tinatanong dyan. And once you are the final candidate na for the position, okay, you can now go back and reference this ebook for you to be able to do effective salary negotiations. Kasi mas magandang humirit ka ng konti kaysa wala. Okay? Sa inyong sweldo. Okay? So, let's go back to our training. Okay, so let's go with point number 7. Naglolo ko ang aking Microsoft Outlook. Yan. Okay. Number 7, or tip number 7 ko, yung resume ninyo needs to be ATS friendly. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin ng ATS? Applicant Tracking System. Okay? Sa panahon kasi natin ngayon, okay, ang sumasala ng resumes or karamihan ng mga big companies or multinational companies, gumagamit sila ng ATS systems or applicant tracking system. Basically, an ATS is they're passing your resume through an AI, a bot, or a program or an application. Okay? And that application will actually extract information from your resume, okay, based on a certain criteria or algorithm. Okay? So for this example, makita ninyo, this is the resume of Mark Singleton. Okay? And this is a JavaScript program where it actually extracts yung information coming from your resume. Okay? And it will match it versus doon sa job opening or sa job posting na binigay ng company. Now, if yung comparison ng dalawa, okay, is not really that close, idadrop ka na kaagad ng ATS. Okay? And hindi na yan isasubmit sa HR person na mag-i-interview sa'yo. Okay? So, you need to be wary of this one. Okay? Ang mga multinational companies ngayon are using some form of ATS already. Okay? So, yung resume ninyo needs to be optimized for an ATS system. Okay? So, how do we optimize our resumes? Okay? You can research this more sa internet for you to have a better idea kung paano gumagana ang ATS. Pero ang tip na may ibibigay ko sa inyo ngayon is, unang-una, yung format ng resume ninyo needs to be in PDF. Okay? You should not pass a resume in Microsoft Worded format, okay, or Word format. Okay? Bakit? Kasi it can be editable. Okay? Pwedeng i-edit yan ng hindi mo alam kung sinong pwedeng magbukas ng Microsoft Word mo document ng resume mo and i-edit niya yung laman. Okay? But if you submit it via PDF, it's much harder to edit yung resume ninyo. And it's much better, it will be read better in terms of doon sa ATS platform. Okay? So, always submit your resumes in PDF format. Okay? Not .doc or not worded formats. It should be PDF. Okay? And next naman, yung font ng resume ninyo should be in Times New Roman or Arial. Okay? It has been found that ATS systems, okay, respond more into text whenever yung font na yon is in Times New Roman or Arial. Okay, so you need to arrange yung resume ninyo to use these two fonts. Okay, either of the one. Okay, hindi naman yung dalawang kailangan yung gamitin eh. It can be Times New Roman, it can be Arial, or a combination of both. Okay, basta itong dalawang fonts na to. It will be much more easier read in the ATS system. Okay, so that's point number 7. Okay, point number 8 naman. Keywords are king. Okay, nakita nyo naman doon sa ATS system natin. Ano yung kinukuha ng ATS? Okay? Nakita ninyo, all of these are keywords. Okay? And kung babalikan natin yung job posting kanina, okay? Bukas tayo ng isa pa. Okay? So, lagay natin software developer. Okay. So, find jobs tayo. So, kunin natin ito pinakauna. Makikita ninyo, meron tayong keywords dito. Okay. So, ano yung types ng keywords? Objective-C is a keyword. Swift. Cocoa Touch. iOS backend services. Okay. Ano pa? C-based libraries. Push notifications. All of these are keywords. Okay. Na tinatrack. Okay. Kaya yung resume ninyo needs to be keyword friendly. Okay, so balik tayo sa ating PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so keywords are king. Okay, and really, yung first page ng resume ninyo needs to be keyword friendly. Okay, dapat ang daming keywords nan. Okay, later, mamaya, towards the end of this video, ipapakita ko sa inyo yung resume ko mismo para makita nyo how I implement all of these tips sa aking resume. Okay, so keywords are king. Bakit? Okay. Yung sa dami ng applicants kasi for an HR professional, okay, she doesn't have time to read all of those pages. Okay? So what she does is basically something called a 1-minute scan. And this has been implemented in several companies that I know of. Okay? Nakakausap ko kasi yung HR eh. Kapag ako nagpa-open ng isang job opening, I usually give yung job description sa HR. Okay? So, ito muna yung kailangan nyo malaman. Yung HR professional na tao ng isang company is not a technical person. Okay? Yung HR professional natin is not a technical person. Okay? So, how do they craft kung ano yung pinapost nila sa job sites? Okay? Itong job posting na to, sinong nagbigay nito? Hindi si HR ang gumagawa nito. Okay? It's me, the manager who is opening the technical position. Ako yung gagawa nito. And I submit this to the HR personnel. Okay? Now, yung HR personnel will actually try to match, okay, yung keywords dito sa job posting versus doon sa keywords na makikita niya sa resume mo. Kasi, unang-una, hindi siya technical person eh. Yung HR natin might be a psychology graduate. It might be a management graduate, BS management, or it might be a human relationship management course graduate. Okay, so hindi sila technical person. And you're submitting a technical resume to a non-technical person. Okay? So, anong magiging point of comparison niya? Keywords. Okay? Kung wala yung keywords mo versus doon sa na hinahanap niya doon sa resume mo, then your resume will fail. Okay? And majority ng HR professionals ngayon are doing the 1-minute scan. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Okay? This is a sample post na nakita ko kay Del. Okay? And nagustuhan ko to. Okay? So, basically, this tells you how the 1-minute scan works. Okay? For the first 20 seconds, okay, yung keywords ng resume mo should match the job requirements. Okay? Yun yung ginagawa ng isang HR. For the first 20 seconds, keywords lang ang tinitignan. The next 20 seconds is experience. Okay? Kaya yung mga nagtatanong dyan na, uy, kulang ako sa experience. No, it does not work that way. Okay? Kung ang sinasabi ng job opening is 2 to 3 years experience, pwede mong ma-circumvent yan, okay, based on dun sa keywords and skills na ilalagay mo sa resume mo. Okay? And how you present those skills pagdating sa interview. Okay? So, the last 20 seconds naman is yung highlights or achievements mo from your past roles or during your studies. Okay? So, that's how the 1-minute scan works. Okay? So, the first 20 seconds, keywords that matches the job requirements. Ano yung mga keywords? Network engineer, CCNA, C, JavaScript, Python. Yun yung mga things na hinahanap, okay, as keywords. Second is experience mo for those technologies and yung last few roles. And the last 20 seconds is yung highlights ng achievements mo or during yung highlights mo, past roles and nung nag-aaral ka pa, okay, during your studies. Okay? So, that's point number 8. Okay? So, make sure, napaka-importante nito. So, tandaan nyo tong point na to. Okay? So, 9. Making sure yung resume ninyo is HR friendly. Okay? So, let me just go back here. Okay? Making sure it's also HR friendly. Okay? Katulad na sinabi ko kanina, HRs are looking primarily for keywords. Okay? Now, balikan natin yung example natin kanina kay John Bates and Bastian. Okay? Now, I want you to zoom yung focus nyo dito sa dalawang parts na to. Okay? Makita ninyo, they're both of them are using some form of graph. Okay? To highlight yung skills nila. Okay? And recently, I've been seeing this more and more sa mga IT resumes. Okay? And I believe this form of resume, yung paglagay ng graph versus doon sa skills nila, for their skills, is not really working. Okay? I hate seeing these types of resumes. Bakit? Okay? Let me just go into detail dito ha. Punta natin itong JEE na skill ni Bastian. It's 1 star. What does 1 star mean? Okay? Para sa akin as a non-technical person. Isipin nyo, non-technical person ako, HR. What does 1 star mean? Is it poor? Okay? Do you not know JEE? Okay? Or talagang you're poor at JEE? Okay? What does PHP mean when it's 3 stars? Ano ibig sabihin nun? Okay? Are you good at it? Are you okay? Are you somewhat better than others? Okay? Tignan nyo tong kay John Bates. Okay? In terms of troubleshooting, critical thinking. Ano ibig sabihin ng difference ng yung konting space ng troubleshooting versus critical thinking? Are you good at it? Are you the best for it? Okay? So, nakikita niyo yung point ko rito, hindi ko alam. Okay? Based dun sa graph na binibigay ninyo, bawat tao kasi, iba-iba ang view natin pagdating sa graph. Mas lalo na kung hindi ka masyadong specific sa graph mo. Okay? Parang, yes, for example, dito, system networking kay Bastian. What does 2 stars mean? Yung 2 stars might mean another different thing for this HR person, and it means a different thing for me, okay, as another HR person. 2 stars might mean poor for me, but for the other HR, it's good. Okay? So, nakita niyo yung point ko dito? Okay? There's something wrong with graphs in terms of resumes today. Okay? So, what I would recommend, okay, kung gusto niyo talagang gumamit ng graph, okay, or what I would recommend is you put your skills into these types of ano ibig sabihin nito? These types of levels, okay? So you put your skills into these types of levels, okay? Ito yung four levels na I would recommend you always put in your resume, okay? To gauge how good you are in terms of yung mga technologies na meron tayo, okay, sa IT world. Beginner, intermediate, advanced, and expert. Okay? So how do you implement this sa resume ninyo? Do it something like this, okay? Makikita ninyo, naglagay pa rin tayo ng graph. But you actually put there kung yung skill mo is you're a beginner, an intermediate, advanced, and expert. Okay? So, ang effect nito is, pinapakita mo na kaagad, okay, na you're an expert in leadership, for example. You have an advanced knowledge in terms of skills sa Agile and Scrum. Okay? You have advanced knowledge in terms of project scheduling, okay? And intermediate ka lang sa strategic planning, okay? So hindi mo na hinahayaang mag-guess kung anong ibig sabihin ng 3 stars, 4 stars, 3 circles, 2 circles sa resume mo, okay? Pag naglagay ka kaagad ng 4 levels of skills na sinasabi ko sa inyo ngayon, okay, mas madaling maintindihan yan ng isang HR professional. Okay? Or yung HR ng pinag-a-applyan ninyo. Okay? May ganyan ka agad, beginner lang siya sa Python. Intermediate siya for computer networking. Advanced siya sa Scrum. Okay? Expert siya sa JavaScript or Node.js. Okay? So, hindi mo na hinahayaang mag-guess kung ano yung skill level mo. Okay? Hindi mo na hinahayaang mag-guess yung HR professional. Okay? Ng skill level mo based on doon sa graph. Pag ginamit mo ito, pag ginamit mo itong 4 levels of skills na to, okay, mas maganda ang labas ng resume mo. Okay? So, let's go to the last one. Okay, number 10. Don't put references in your resume. Give it as a separate sheet when requested. Okay? Ang dami ko nakikita pa rin na ganito, okay, sa mga resumes na nakikita ko whenever HR sends to me yung mga resumes na kailangang interview. Okay? Nakalagay pa rin doon sa resume nila sino yung references nila. Okay? Now, number one tip ko sa inyo, you should not put yung reference nyo, yung details ng reference nyo, okay, yung mobile number nila, email nila, okay, sa inyong resume. Tapos, bakit? Okay? Punta muna tayo sa bakit. Okay? The number one reason is we already have a privacy law. Okay? And privacy law dictates we should not be sharing sensitive information with other people. Okay? Kahit na may permission ka from your reference. Okay? You should not still be putting it in your resume. Bakit? Kapag nag-submit ka ng resume, alam mo ba kung ano nangyayari dyan? Doon sa papel na sinubmit mo. Sinong nakakabasa nan? Okay? So what you need to do is huwag ka maglalagay ng references sa inyong resume. What you need to do is you put it in a separate sheet when requested. So, ano ibig sabihin nito? Kapag nag-request lang ng references during the interview, yung HR professional, saka ka magbigay ng reference. Okay? Don't put it in your resume immediately. Okay? Pag nag-request lang sila, saka mo ilagay or saka mo ibigay yung references mo. Okay? So, let me give you an example for this one. So, as a bonus, ipapakita ko sa inyo ang aking resume. So, let me just go through my computer here. Hanapin ko lang ang aking resume. Okay? So, ito. Okay? So, this is my resume. Okay? Para may guide kayo. Makikita nyo. Makikita ninyo, this is already using all of the 10 tips na sinasabi ko sa inyo. Okay? Now, let's go first dun sa last point na sinabi ko sa inyo. If you can see here, references available upon request. Okay? So, pag ako nag-submit ng resume, hindi ko sinasama yung sensitive information ng ibang tao. Okay? Yung sensitive information ko lang, which is my mobile number, email, and LinkedIn profile. Okay? So, itong resume na to, okay, I have spent hindi ko siya, well, this is an old resume of mine. Hindi ko pa siya na-update. But, it's still using all of the 10 tips na sinasabi ko sa inyo. Okay? So, let me point out yung mga tips na to. Okay? Ito yung skills ko. Okay? Makita niyo, the first page is keyword friendly. Okay? Both on an ATS perspective and an HR perspective. Okay? So, let's go with the HR perspective. Okay? Yung HR perspective is tao ang tumitingin ng resume ko. Okay? How do I make my resume stand out? Okay? I put logos ng aking certifications. Okay? Kasi pag nakita ng isang HR professional yan, uy, CCNP, that's a keyword immediately. Okay? Pag sinabi nilang, uy, CompTIA, ano nga ba ang CompTIA? So, if I go through Google and I type CompTIA, may kita ko kaagad A plus siya. Okay? I go to A plus. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Okay? Or dito na lang. Okay? So, CompTIA Security Plus. Okay? May kita ko, okay, it's an IT certification. Okay? So, logos are more HR friendly. Okay? Para naman yung ATS. Okay? It's here. Nandito. So, if ever my resume gets processed by an ATS, automatic andito yung keywords na makikita nila. Okay? Actually, bakit CCNA ito? Dapat CCNP. Okay? So, makikita nila, uy, Avaya ACIS, ACSS, CompTIA A+, Network Plus, Security Plus. Okay, ito yung certifications ko. Ano naman yung keywords ko in terms of my skills? So, andito, Network Administration, Network Engineering, Network Security, and others. Okay? Now, ito yung summary. Okay, ng aking resume. Okay, so I don't put career objectives. What I put is resume. So, may kita nyo dito, dedicated IT solution specialist with 15 years experience, seeking to help improve your company through proven skills in ITSM. Okay, ano ibig sabihin ITSM? IT Service Management. Okay, Project Management, Network, Firewall, System, Cloud. Okay, at current company. Okay, bakit current company? Kasi I can edit this one to put yung current company na kinalalagyan ko ngayon, okay, to highlight yung skills ko. Okay? So, at blank company, I led a technical team of senior engineers to provide exceptional global network voice and security support to more than 50,000 employees. Okay? So, ito yung summary ng aking expertise. Okay? Now, since I'm an experienced IT professional, okay, I'm using chronological format. So, makikita nyo dito, andito ang aking andito ang aking chronological employment history. Okay? So, andyan. And then yung mga dates. Ito. Yan yung dates. Okay? And Actually, 2 parts lang. 2 pages lang ang aking resume. But what I put here on the 3rd page is optional lang to. I can submit this with the 3rd page or not. Okay? Pero itong 3rd page is a hack actually. Okay? It contains all of the, makita nyo ang daming keywords dito. Okay? This is more for the ATS. Okay, to process. Okay? So, kung mas marami siyang keywords na ma-extract sa aking resume, mas maganda yung chances ko na ma-interview. Okay? So, let's go back here. Okay. So, that's it for my 10 tips when creating yung IT resume natin. Okay. So, hopefully marami kayo natutunan. I know this is a very long YouTube video for this segment. Okay. So, para sa aking tips. So, that's it, fellow IT engineers, and I'll see you in the next video.